That music be jamming. Y'all ready? Where y'all at?
Hey.
Hello.
Hey,
y'all. How y'all doing?
Good.
Oh, these lights are hot. Let me figure this out. See, we don't have Minister Kaylee tonight, so she's baptizing me by 5. Okay, so I gotta figure this out. Oh, I'm just gonna have fun with it. How about that?
Yes.
It's not gonna work right there though. Okay, there we go. That'll work.
Yes, that works.
That'll work. How are y'all doing?
Good.
Oh my gosh, I missed y'all.
Hot Saturday, so hot outside. Oh my god!
It don't help being in these hot lights on this show, does it?
In the 90s, I'm like, oh my god, it's so hot.
Why am I so dressed up and y'all not? What's up?
You've been out in these streets.
No.
You've been evangelizing. You spreading the good news. You're out there doing your thing. Let's not call that minister. I mean, evangelist. No, we're not. This is positive. No, if they go there, they wrong. They wrong. Come on back, y'all. Come on back.
Come on back. Come on back. So yeah, spread the good news. Now, it doesn't help that I got my really cool dress on because listen. So I thank you. And so that's a debatable discussion right there. We're going to talk about that too. So whoever's joining right now, typically we have this really, we're very methodical about what we do. Definitely very prayerful about what we talk about. And tonight we decided to do a potluck. Everybody was super cool about that. So we don't have a specific subject. We have a whole bunch of subjects. And so we're going to ask y'all to please kind of dive in, put your comments. We would love to hear what you got to say. This is an opportunity for you to be you. Be heard, be her, be him, however you want to look at that. Okay. But we would love to hear some discussion and hopefully it's something that's helpful to you. It's definitely helpful to us. And it's definitely ministry to us when we have these open, candid conversations, because a lot of people don't even like to have conversations. So speaking of which, I got to address that before we dive in here, because y'all saw how she just put me on the spot like that, because that's how we do each other. The good spot, right? We do the good stuff. So I just came from recording, because today is the second Saturday of the month, and every second Saturday of the month, I'm in the studio recording for the TV show that I have, ImPowered Woman, Power Generations of Leadership and Legacy. But we have another episode that's Courage to Stand, which some really good stuff is coming down the pike about that. But I had on this outfit because one of my sister girls who I interviewed today, Stephanie Brooks, so y'all got to check it out in a couple of weeks. Check out her interview. Really cool, candid chick. I love her. I mean, she's a soldieress. Anyway, she's always stepping on the scene sharp. I can do that too, okay? But when don't get it twisted, Evangelist can dress too, okay? Hollywood pick is what they say. So anyway, I had 2 outfits just for her. She walked in, she had this really cool, courtesy of House of Vaughn, by the way, which everybody should shop. House of Vaughn. Hear me clearly. She walked in and she was, just beautiful. And I had this turquoise and red, and she had on beige and cream and taupe, same thing, I guess, same family, and black. And I said, okay, that ain't going to work. I had another dress, right? This was it. So
it all worked out.
It all worked out. All worked out. So yeah, I was in those streets ministering, doing the fun stuff.
Of course.
Of course.
Amen. Hallelujah. Glory to his name.
Mm-hmm. One to do it, one to will. So we're going to talk about some debatable topics tonight. So I really hope that everybody starts to chime in and we see some comments. So we did put some of them in the chat box. Where do y'all want to start?
I can't see the chat.
Wait, what? You got the Apple device?
No. I
that MacBook.
I don't know why I can't see the chat.
You go over to comments to the right.
I just see private chat.
Yeah, it's comments to the right. So
I'll let y'all lead the way because I can't see them.
Well, we're going to talk about those bonnets. We're going to start talking about those bonnets. Bonnets is on here. Now, I'm going to say this, okay? These are some discussions that we should have at the dinner table with our young people, with our seasoned folk, right? So we're going to start with that, okay? The bonnets. Y'all can go ahead and put some comments in there. We want to hear what you have to say. Bonnets in public, should they be banned?
Yes. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah,
I hear Dana over here. Let me put her. Come on, I see you, Dana. Dana said, "OMG, please do."
Tell them sis. Tell them sis. That's my hairstylist. She know. No.
Come on, Dana. Okay, there's a lot of things that need to be banned in public. Okay, so let's start there. Okay, so Monique got every year she says something. I'm sure there's a reason behind it, but this kind of something got everybody in an uproar. It's not the first time someone's talking about bonnets in public, right? You and I were talking about it, TP. Mm-hmm. It's not the first time somebody brought it up, but it just happens to be really bad. It's just like an epidemic. It's like a pandemic, bonnet pandemic. Is that what it is?
Okay. It's a I play on words. Bondemic.
It's a pandemic, and it's got to stop. Somebody please help us. Now, on a serious tip, though, seriously, I mean, really, a lot of times we've got to think about the fact of where do our young people and our older people get this from? I mean, what are we teaching each other?
Well,
oh my gosh, your hairdresser's thinking like me. You see that? Look at that. Glory. I'm sorry, what you about to say, AJ?
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, I know we're going through a pandemic, and people have become really comfortable, and you should, because you're not going out as many places. A lot of people are virtual now. A lot of people have a lot more sweatpants than they used to have. People are just comfortable. So, but the bonnet is crossing that line. It's crossing that line.
I thought you were about to say, so they were comfortable in the house, so they just dragged it on outside the house.
Basically, yeah, that's exactly what I'm
Tag me in. Listen,
tag her in. You in, girl? Come on.
Listen. This is how I feel about a bonnet. If your house is not on fire, there's no reason for you to walk out your door with a bonnet on your head, because you know what? You got scarves. You got head wraps. You got hats. You got hats with fake hair. You got wigs. You got whatever. Pick your hair. One thing my mother, this is the thing about my mother. When you walk up in the morning, make up your bed, wash your face, brush your teeth, and comb your hair. I don't care what I don't care what you're doing. You don't get out that gown. You don't walk around the house in your gown. You don't walk around the house with your hair all over your head, breath smelling, face crusty. There are things that you
better not have no eye boogers. That's super not cool.
I'm passionate about this. She said it. Dana said it. The ball has been dropped.
It has.
because you know what? I think you saw somebody else do that. It made you think it was okay, but it's not okay. It's all
not okay.
And self-respect, and people judge you within 3 seconds. I don't even think it's 3 seconds. I can't
remember.
It's not
even 3 seconds. It's a hot second.
There's no reason for it. There's too much out here.
Tag me in, please.
Go
tag.
Man, listen. I say it all the time. Me and Minister Kayla say this all the time. I'm still going to hold us accountable, not only as parents, not only as educators, but also in our church and also the mentors. These conversations have to be had. And we can't say that it doesn't happen because they don't wear a bonnet to church, or they don't wear a bonnet to school, that they're not wearing it other places. We still have to have etiquette training. We still have to do that. It's still important. My mom had to send me to Barbizon Modeling School twice. Okay, let's just go tell you that. But it took that. But you're right, TP. I mean, we got to be passionate about this thing because it's super not okay. And you said it. 3 seconds. Would you say 2? I don't know how many ever seconds people make a judgment. And some people go, well, I don't care what they say.
And they don't.
They tell you that they don't, but there's a small piece of them that does.
You're right.
Right. And you know what? You do care, because if somebody says something, you can either respond either way, right? You can either ignore them, or you can get really upset and start saying things. Either way, you care because you responded.
Yep.
You know, and the thing is that we have to go back to, look, I just thank God that I'm not walking around wearing a bonnet outside. Because to me, if I wear a bonnet outside, I may as well put a shoe on my head.
They just, I don't know.
Listen,
I'm just saying.
I got a whole nother issue with that. I don't like outside stuff touching my bed.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That bonnet on your head, all of the little bugs, the little microscopic bugs, you got to go find it. And then you get in your bed and put it out on your pillow.
Wow.
Oh my God.
I have a whole
said a mouthful.
I'm be quiet.
Don't be quiet. Don't you start.
Do not be quiet. That is one of my biggest pet peeves. Like,
and that's the problem, AJ.
Come on, sis.
That's the problem right there. That's the problem. Is that we're quiet. I gotta say it. The problem is that we're quiet. Yes.
How you gonna have outside clothes on your bed though?
Come on.
And see, I'm one of those kind of people that take a shower when I get home and one in the morning. So I'm with you.
Girl, you better say that.
And listen, my house shoes are called house shoes. They're not supposed to be outside.
Thank you.
They're supposed to be outside.
Right.
And we need to
then people wonder why they get these weird rashes and stuff like that on their skin. Like,
y'all see that comment, Dana? You do that.
Dana's a mess, girl. That's my girlfriend, honey. She's a mess. Y'all not ready for Dana. Dana will get
you ready? Bring it on, Dana. We ain't scared. Come on, girl. Bring it on. Bring it on. Okay. She said, and we need to stop bubble wrapping standards and self-respect and labeling as being judgmental or shaming. That is so true. And let me explain something to you from a minister perspective. And it's something, listen, and as an evangelist, we have to say, as a pastor, minister, we have to say things sometimes that people just don't like, because the word of God is there to provide what? Okay, some rebuke, some conviction. It is supposed to turn us in the right direction.
Yes.
Okay, it is. So a lot of things that we may say, a lot of times people go, oh, you judging me. Judging means I'm putting you in hell for what you did. I'm saying you going there for doing that. But we should give open rebuke, individual, private rebuke. We should coach our young people and coach our older people, coach ourselves, do some self-coaching, okay? I mean, so those things have to happen. And Dana, you hit the nail on the head. And listen, I'm so glad give me a high five, girl. Look, we got to listen, like what? Like, come on, because we have to begin to give feedback and coach one another. That's how we get better, right? We can't, she's right, bubble wrap it. That is so like the most, I got to use that in my public speaking, girl, because you just said that. You said that thing. I'm going to have to take that and send you some royalty fees on that one. But we got to stop bubble wrapping it. Now, listen, let me retract that a little bit, because some people will take what the minister says and they'll change it all around. I'm not saying that you don't say it in love. That's right.
Yep.
I'm saying you say it.
Yep.
You love me if you tell me.
Amen.
You don't love me if you don't tell me. You gonna let me walk around with a booger in my nose? If you're gonna let me walk around with a bonnet on in broad daylight with house shoes on, and people already gonna put you in a culture fit, okay? You're not gonna say nothing to me now. It's how you say it.
Yes,
that's right.
Not saying it.
That's right.
That's right.
Hey, Sabrina, that's my high school friend. Hey, Sabrina, I see you, girl.
Hey, Sabrina.
Hey.
Chime in.
Dana said, yes, speak, TP. She don't see nobody on here but you. Say it. You away with your head about the girl. I had to do a petty minister move. Oh, are they human or not?
That's funny.
Yes, and I don't mind being unpopular to teach standards. You say that, Dana.
Amen.
Amen. We need more people like her that don't mind. You don't listen. Popular is boring.
Right. But your aunties and stuff, that's that community that whole, I always go back to, like my aunties would get me. I've never seen my aunties looking like looking unkept in public. I mean, even going to their houses and just stopping by. I didn't go to their house and they're in their gown, their robe, unless it was an unexpected, real super early morning visit. But the time the day goes on, they got their front door open, they got their clothes on, they got
Come on now. Come on.
That.
And I got to show y'all something. I wish I could share this screen like this. Because I can't, because you're right, TP. My auntie, if y'all go to my website, www.ImPoweredYourPower.com. It's not empower spelled wrong. It is ImPower for a reason, but it's www.ImPoweredYourPower.com. If you go to the book now, I think it is. No, it's the very first page. Yeah, you hit book now. There's a video that's going to pop up. Wait till you get all the way to the end. You'll see my auntie. God rest her soul. She had 4 sponge rollers. I remember them sponge rollers like it was yesterday because she had 2 here and 2 here.
That's what they did.
I guarantee you, even if the house is on fire, my auntie was taking them rollers out on the way out the window.
Come on.
Okay. No. Real talk. My auntie Carabelle, love her. I mean, she was about 6'5". She was like the real Madea, okay? But them sponge rollers came out. You hear me? And listen, and she would perfectly separate them to make that big bang, that one bang that went around, okay? Exactly. But she took it out. She took them out of her head. And listen, we weren't raised, reared, or however you want to call it, in a mansion. We had a village. I think somebody said something about village on here. I think that was Sister Dana. Yes, we didn't get the village back. Somebody said, I think that was Sister Dana. And she's right. But listen, we knew you get in the house when the street lights come on. Like he said, you brush your teeth. If somebody else's parents saw you doing something crazy, you'll get your tail beat. Not only by the neighbor who saw you, but the other neighbors who heard about it. Come on,
your aunties and uncles be lined up waiting on you.
That's right. That's right. Now, granted, I was just Miss Goody Two Shoes. I didn't get no spankings, okay? But I was super scared to do anything anyway. Plus, my mom's mouth drew me crazy, so I was not. Stuff I did was really bad stuff, but it was way beyond me. Oh boy! Hey, Kaylee.
Hi, Kaylee. Oh, yes. Talk about it. You're right, sis.
Talk about it. That's right. Now, so TP, I'm going to have to go back and watch this later. So I got to see you again with all that passion when you were talking about these bonnet things. What do you think we can do individually outside of being an example for our children and having that conversation with our young people? Mm-hmm. What else can we do in the schools, as mentor groups, as entrepreneur in this new thing, solopreneur, and all that? What can we do to make a difference? Because wait, before y'all answer that, everybody can't go tapping on people's shoulder like Monique said. Oh, I'm gonna tap you. You can't go tapping on everybody's young person because they got a bonnet on. Okay, because everybody weren't raised on your side of the woods, and it doesn't matter how many millions you've grown to get. Doesn't matter your stature. Somebody may not take kindly to you tapping on their shoulder and you don't know them. Okay. So we have to be careful with that.
I think Evangelist, I think you have to start when they're younger. I think one of the things that you're doing, with your ministry, you have that you're teaching the etiquette classes to the young ladies. I think that's a great thing for churches to implement, schools to implement, community centers to implement. We need to go back to that. I mean, we just have to get back to that. Yeah, you're right.
And it's just like with any even with teachers, right? They'll say that they'll have like a casual or not a casual dress, but a dress up Friday. It's like little things like that. On Friday, you need slacks or a dress or this and that and whatever. It's just like little things so they see it. So it comes in, and even certain teachers have certain dress codes and stuff that they have. Like when you come in, it's like you do this, you do this, you do that, and it kind of like it grooms them for things like that.
But better yet, you just listen. You know what? Because guess what? You're right, and Dana hit it on the head as well because she's an educator. She said, "I'm upset. Some of my female students when I have them to get themselves in order, I speak with them about self-respect and respecting others, and woo, it's a whole task. Listen, because she's working trying to pull, right? And a lot of times at home, it's not being reinforced. Okay, because a lot of times as parents, we're doing our own thing, and we're not paying attention to what our children leave with them on their body, or what they leave within their bags. They're gonna change clothes at school. Come on, somebody. We know we did that. Okay. Now what I was about to say, AJ, is you hit the nail on the head right there, right? Because most of the time in schools we have what? Mixed match day.
Yep.
Costume day. What else we got?
Crazy sock day, crazy hair day,
pajama day, all that stuff. All that stuff.
Makes you think, right?
Really does.
Why not have dress up day at church as well?
Yep.
Because young people, I would love to see in churches where we teach our young men how to tie a bow tie. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
I just got that. Thank you, God. Yeah.
And they would definitely love it. They would love that.
They love it.
People would love that. Be able to go to church and wear a nice dress, because you'll know that everyone else is dressing up too, so people won't have that anxiety about it. It'll be like, okay, I'm gonna look real nice because I know everybody's gonna be
everybody's doing it. And make it fun. Make it fun.
I just have to share. I went to a church. I went to my friend's church. Visit my friend's church. I showed up at their house, and I was gonna ride with them. Honey, I'm dressed for church. I'm dressed for church. They got on t-shirts and tennis shoes and jeans. I was just like, oh, we don't do that no more.
You know what's funny about that though? I'm gonna tell you something. Even when we had dress down day, because I know in our church we used to have the summertime. Everybody went down during the summertime.
Yeah.
I still couldn't do it. I don't know what it was. Well, first of all, I only got 2 pair of jeans.
Hollywood.
But I just felt some kind of way. I don't know. It could be Hollywood, it could be old school, it could be, I just don't know what it was, but I just felt some kind of way. But I do remember a lot of children that have grown up and they're in high school and they're in college. They tell me, I used to always watch you, Miss Denise, and I, love how you dressed and how you carried yourself. And mind you, if you look back 15 years, I didn't always dress like that or behave. It was just a progression of who God had groomed me to become. Right. But it's interesting because Minister Kaylee just said it right there. We have to do etiquette training and using every opportunity to be an example. Youth are always watching.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Very, very true. Always watching.
I hear you, Dana, girl. We got to meet. She said, I am always overdressing. I think we just dressing. We ain't overdressing. They underdressing, okay? Yeah.
That's my daughter, too. My daughter, they joke about my daughter. She going to come to the barbecue, baby, in her heels. And she don't catch in the ground. She don't sink in the ground. She's coming in her heels.
Nice. Oh my God.
Mind you, I had these and these on today. I couldn't figure out which ones to wear with this dress. So you're right. You're going to the barbecue in these. Now, mind you, they were a purse at first. Okay. So trust and believe, a sister did not walk in there with these on my feet. Okay.
Right.
I walked in there with them like this. I sat peaceably down and put them on my feet. Okay. And then I was going to do these two. Would you wear these to the barbecue?
How thick is that heel?
That's I don't know what that is. I don't even know.
Y'all want to talk about something though? One day we got to talk about where heels came they came from.
Oh, I love that.
I got to tell you something about these heels, okay? What it really came from, and even men wore heels. I know I'm digressing. Men wore heels. I think it was King. I got to go back and look. The 14X and 1/4. That's the 14 thing. Yeah. Okay. One of them kings with the 14 behind. The higher the heel, the more stature you had as a man.
Oh, were those people short?
I don't know. Maybe they were. Maybe they were super short.
Maybe they're short.
I don't know. And then for women, it was the heels. It was mostly worn by prostitutes, it said. Okay. Not always, but mostly. Okay. And I think it derived in Venus. I got to go back and look. Again. But I remember doing research on it, like, who came up with this crap? Because this hurts my back. And why and so you know me, I got my phone on. I'm like, what happened? And suffice to say, I was really shocked at like where it came from. Okay, we just went extra. And men don't wear heels anymore, except for back in the 70s when they wore the heels with the fish tanks in them, and Chris was doing his thing. Okay. Anyway, I digress. We got some comments on here because we got to go back to where we was. But I just had to talk about this. Ministry comment. Sadly, the standard has been lowered. We have taken meeting the. I ain't got enough for this to be snapping. We have taken meeting them where they are too far in certain things.
You don't stay there.
That. Yep, that's true.
And then we show up in interviews because of all these mixed mac days and come as you are. You said that, sister. We come as we are, but we don't stay as we are.
That's right.
The goal is to grow progressively. And yes, some people say, well, wait a minute, your R might be different from my R. And that's when sometimes we begin to compromise in the wrong things. Okay. And it doesn't mean you can't be casual. It just means sometimes you have to stretch a little bit, stretch yourself a little bit, show that you can, dress up and be ready for the, corporate America where they have a certain standard of business casual and business wear. Okay. So you can really understand how to do it. And a lot of times the best training ground is in church, and sometimes it might be the only thing that someone has. Okay. So that's come up before too. This is the only clothing that I have. And I've heard that before, and it very well could be. And
but
so we
don't stay there. Eventually, you don't just keep wearing those. You know my story. I went to church in some Daisy Dukes and a tank top, but I was hurting, and I came as I was. But there's no way that I was going to continue until I got the money. As I got money, I went to the thrift store. I bought little blazers. I bought things to cover my dress to make me. I mean, all I had was fitted dresses. I mean, you're right, but you don't stay there. You just don't stay there.
Don't stay there. Don't stay there. And if you need help, you should be able to get help at your church. If you are at a church building and you're not getting the help that you need after you ask for it, after you ask for it, and I'm going to say after you ask for that help several times, because the church, those disciples are there to help you. If they are not helping you after you have asked several individuals, then that might not be the particular church for you. You may have to see if there's, I'm just keeping that real, because we are supposed to be helping one another.
Yep.
And it shouldn't be that, well, he asked Becky, he should have asked Bernard. No. That's where I'm going to say some things that people really won't agree with me on, but it's real talk, because a lot of people, and I'm that way sometimes, depending on what state I'm in, I don't want to hear the truth because we can't handle the truth sometimes. Okay. But if you are at a church and you are in a place where you're like, this is all I got, somebody is tithing 15%. I'm sure they can help you with something, or they can take you to someone who can help you. That's real talk.
Yeah. And it's an uncomfortable situation to talk to people about, but when you open up, I think that whoever you open up to should, if they can't help you, they should be able to help you find help. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because it's not necessarily that they can help you. They could be struggling. You never know what their situation is, but at least they take it upon themselves to be like, I can help you accomplish this. You're not here by yourself.
I love that. You're not here by yourself. You're not here by yourself. That made me put me in a very emotional moment, because that is so important, because we never know where people are, and you're not here by yourself. That's why we don't forsake the assembly.
Yep.
Those of us who don't want to go to church anymore. Okay. I'm just saying. Okay. Because there's people there that can help you and support you. And they might need your help too. They might need your life. Dana said, oh my God. Yes, meeting them where they are. No. One example of bubble wrap or saying we are being hypocritical or judgmental because that person could be going through. No, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
I can't hear you, TP.
Oh, I said she was just emphasizing what you just said. Just what you said. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You know, we get that a lot. We get that a lot. Amen, Evangelist. Hey, Sister Minister Kaylee, Sister Minister. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We have to listen. And I want to say this one more time before we go to the next subject, because we're not just talking about bonnet, we're talking about chicks, okay? Girl power.
Self-love.
You know, we're talking about, because girls, yeah, we do the bonnets and the house shoes, and we put the throws around us and the house coat, and we do all that. And some of us still walk around sucking our thumbs. Okay. We've got, I'm just saying, I hope y'all don't do that yet. Y'all not doing it. Just don't do it on air, please. Suck your thumb in your own time.
Amen.
But anyway, my point is the men too. I mean, the young men. Mm-hmm. You know, it goes back to their pants sagging, and it goes back to, you know, you can see all of their boxers, and it's not because they don't have a belt; it's because they choose not to wear a belt. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you put a string around them in them hoops, you know, keep them pants up, you know,
hold the top of them down and
hold them down.
Hold down the top of them, you know, when you have no belt, when you have combined belt.
Yes, I love it. Thank you, Minister Kaylee. We are all solutions. You have to care for problems of others. If you can't be of help, assist in getting them help. Absolutely. Yeah. You and AJ, high five. Yes, because that's real talk. That's real talk. And you know, I still have to put this on our schools, our parents, and our churches. I still have to put it out there. We have to listen. One of the things I love about my church, Senior Pastor Rico Miller, what I love about the vision that God has given him and that he's been obedient in that is loving, teaching, training, love, lead, and train. Okay. Love, lead, and train. So you have to do everything in love. You got to be a leader. They're going to follow that example. I think Minister Kayla said they are all watching you. Okay. And then you got to train, because we can't always assume people really know how to dress either.
That's true.
So once you have that training, okay, now you've got a foundation, you got a baseline. Okay, now I know we had the training, everybody was there. I know they were there. Wait, they were there. They were there. So maybe there's a disconnect. Now let's have a conversation and see kind of where they are, meet them where they are, so they don't stay where they are. Okay, exactly. But I put it back out there because listen, and parents, I'm one of those parents. I got to say this before we go, and I'm passionate about this. I'm one of those parents that used to listen. I used to be out of town 3 weeks out of the month. TP, you remember? Mm-hmm. I was not home. So everything I did was outsourced. My laundry, they weighed it by the pound and charged me for my laundry, including raising my children for a certain period of my time. I had to, grandma and them had them, other people, so I wasn't in town a lot. So I didn't get an opportunity to really see what my kids were doing. I talked to them a lot, but I wasn't there to see it. Parents, you have got to pay attention to your young people. It doesn't take but 30 days for them to build a bad habit, like wearing bonnets outside and house shoes outside and rollers outside and, all kinds of stuff. Next thing, the habit will be, I'm telling you, the habit can progress to drugs and other things. I'm just saying.
I agree.
So we got to really pay attention to not only our children, our young people, but all young people should be our young people.
Amen.
Yep.
Amen. The pants sagging should be banned also, she said. I made a post about it on Facebook and I was called a hypocrite indirectly. Why? Because we don't agree with this stuff. You're a bad person. It's not, listen, at what point do we make that a norm, folks? It's not okay.
Why am I looking at your whole cheek? Because ladies can't do that. Ladies cannot do that. But a man can sag below his cheeks and nobody says anything.
You know what? When you look back at history, we had absolutely nothing. We had wood floors. We had dirt floors.
Come on.
You know what? They would leave their homes in their sun looking sharp. Pants, suspenders, shoes, groomed, as much as they possibly could. I don't care if they were dirty. They still were, but we got more. Today we have more and we do less.
And everybody got a stimulus check. So everybody out there had that stimulus check. You could have taken at least 200. I'm just saying. I'm not putting you in jail for buying all that other stuff. I'm saying you could have taken a budget at 100. I need to get this out of my system. Everybody got that. You could have budgeted $100 and went and got something, especially the guys, because y'all, it ain't fair. It ain't even equitable that y'all can wear the same pants and the same shirt and put on a different tie. And nobody ever know that you only got one shirt and one. But we put the same thing on. Everybody know. So I'm just saying, everybody had that stimulus check. Everybody could have budgeted a little bit of money, even if you went to, like I used to when I was younger. I used to go to Goodwill. I go out there, I take my time, them little pink tags of 50% off of that dollar, and I would go home and wash them bad boys, even if I had to wash them by hand.
Come on.
Just to make sure that I was presentable. And there were plenty of times I had to do that. Everybody can do. You get a whole lot of Goodwill. Stop playing. And you get some Louis Vuitton, you get some Coach. I bought some Coach shoes for $5. Stop playing.
I done did many interviews and some Goodwill suits. Okay.
Yes.
Don't play.
Come on. You know, and if it's got a hole, you go sew it up. Okay. You know, man. Wow. We didn't even get to these other topics. I knew we weren't gonna, because when TP said something about the
I gotta say this. I felt like Auntie Monique was coming from a place of love. I felt like, I don't think it was a place of tearing anybody down, because you know what? But it's the same thing that your aunties would say, but like you said, she's probably said it on stage and the way she said it and all that good stuff. I think she made a joke out of it being a comedian, but her intentions, I think, were well, because that's not good. Not a good look, sister. Like she said, she couldn't tap all of them. It was too many in that airport, in this Atlanta airport.
Tap. It's all, listen, you know what? It had to be my sister get on here and say that Goodwill doesn't fit everybody's size.
I love you.
That's my sister.
I love you, Sheikah. Ooh, I love you, Sheikah.
I wasn't gonna say anything to her comment. I'm just gonna be like,
turn the camera off. That's how you just turn your back on people, roll their eyes. That's how you roll your eyes virtually. You just turn your camera off.
Oh my God.
She put out the prayers on you, sis. She put out the prayers.
Oh my God.
So with that being said, there are a gazillion Goodwills out there, and I'm sure there is a size for you.
Yes.
There's also consignment shops out there.
Yes.
They're everywhere. I use it. What Dana at? That's right, Sister Jones. She said I shop there now. Come on, somebody. So there's consignment shops out there. There's Goodwills. Look, your cousin and them who got all the keeping up with the Joneses, who buying up a whole bunch of stuff. They can hand it on down to you. All you gotta do is go knock on their door. They'll be glad to give you something to give them a reason to go shop again. I used to be there too. So look, where there's a will, there's a what? What?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You can't stay there. You can't stay there.
We need to be willing to help them. If you see them, like you said, sis, I got some stuff in here. I got some shoes in here. Let me bring this. Let me get this to you. No, I don't mean to disrespect you, but I got some things I think that you'd love.
Yeah. I love that. That's the whole training part that my pastor does. You just did that, TP. Sometimes you have to show people how to have a conversation, right? I mean, I'm sure you've had some conversations where you've had to tell somebody they have body odor or they have gingivitis, or, when we close the door in the meeting and it's hot in here, and every time we close the meeting, every Monday at 8:00, it's that person. You've had to have those conversations.
PTSD. I think that was a little PTSD.
You were out of control.
Flashback. Go be quiet.
That was me. You making me.
Oh my God.
You're making me think about when I used to work at that company that you used to work at with me, and we had that opportunity. But listen, I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at it's a side conversation. It's something that TP and I know. Anyway, here's the thing. We've all had, opportunities. Those are opportunities to show light, where we have had to speak to someone in a difficult conversation. It's a difficult conversation to have, right? So I do believe that Auntie said it and meant it in love. I do believe there's a way to do it in love. And I love what you just did, TP. You gave us an example of how to do it in love without directly saying it. Sometimes it does have to be indirectly. Okay? Because I'm going to tell you something. When we're very direct with things, my God will place us in a position just like that individual that we spoke to in the wrong way. I'm telling you, he will do it, because sometimes we come at people the wrong way. We come at them and it's not out of love. And we think we could never be in that position. Oh, but never, ever, And when we approach them in that never, ever way. Yeah. That it could never be me. So I'm going to make you feel bad about now I might have my opinions. You might have your opinions. When you step to that person, you got to step to them in love, y'all. And as if, look, by the grace of God, there goes I. Right. Something could happen where you're in that position or I'm in that position. So we got to be cognizant of that when we talk to our sisters and our brothers.
Yes, adjust your crown, adjust my crown, I adjust your crown. That's what we're going to do out here. That's what we need to do.
What you talking about, Yashika? What's not fair to say for everyone? Explain yourself.
You and Yashika. Look, there she go turn.
I know, right? Nothing like it.
She's gonna get you. She gonna see you tomorrow, or she might be on the way to your house.
She said she likes what you said. I like that. I have some things here that you might love. Love it. Love it. Oh, she said no, that was old. There's a little bit of delay because I ain't got Sister Minister Kayla here with me, and me and her run this box, and I'm slow on moving things over to the box. My bad. Give me some mercy, okay? Thank you very much.
Doing great.
A little grace, a little mercy would be nice from a sister to a sister. Okay, well, we're gonna close this conversation. I mean, I really enjoyed this conversation.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah,
I liked it.
It really
nice
did.
Potluck.
It's really cool. And you see all these other things up here. Well, she's got that MacBook, I think, so she didn't see it. But I did put on here, children should not be allowed to use gadgets. Can talk about that one day. I put, hold up. Smoking in public places should be illegal.
Yes.
Animal testing should be banned. Clearly, they didn't use it for COVID either. I'm going to leave that right there. I'm just going to let it sit. Y'all just marinate on that right quick. Everybody who heard me say that. Okay. We already talked about them daggone bonnets. Stilettos are considered weapons.
What that other one? That one. That's a weapon. That's a weapon. That's a weapon.
That's scary.
The attempt.
It's a weapon on my back for sure. On my L4, L5 herniated disc. That is for sure. I need to wear these all day, every day. Okay. If I can get away with this in an appointment, a sister will be wearing these. Anyway. Yes. Now, what if I wore these to church? What would y'all do?
Is it summertime? Are we at a picnic? Summertime.
I think something wrong with your feet. At least you hear
in the pulpit.
Something wrong with your feet. That's all. You got them all. You got a little problem today, and that's okay. You can look great. You look grace and mercy.
I can't take y'all. It's not a problem. Listen. Oh boy. Hold up just a minute. Okay, hold on.
Living life, feeling good inside. Ask me why, it ain't no surprise. We got the tea, good for you and me. Kings and queens, check out Ebony. Cancer, diabetes, STDs, and infertility. Endometriosis, vaginosis, weight loss, and fatigue. It's what we do, it's made for me and you. It's that rejuvenating feeling, gotta come and get your healing.
Get your healing. I love that. Get your healing. Anyway, family, you guys, gals have hung out with us for some time tonight. We really appreciate you. We pray that we super pray that you have fun with us tonight, that you'll join us again next Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. I think we're live for the remainder of the month. And then we have some pre-recorded stuff that's going to pop up that'll still be super cool. And ImPowered Woman, we always want to be real. We want you to be heard. We want you to be her or be him and be unapologetically you in a very positive, optimistic, uplifting, solution-minded, solution-oriented, progressive way. And so that's why we have open and honest, candid conversations on this podcast, and we'll continue to do that. We've got a few people that we're going to be interviewing soon, so you got to stay tuned. Please check us out on our YouTube live channel, because we do a little bit here on Facebook and Instagram and all that, but we are moving all the way over to YouTube still. We got a really amazing partnership with YouTube as well. So please check us out. It's www.youtube.com/, I think that's the one to go from the bottom left to the top right. ImPowered Live, Denise Barrett. But these amazing women, we've got 3 of us tonight, but we got a 4th one who drove like almost 9-10 hours home today. And she was like, I can't potluck nothing tonight. So she wasn't here, but she was on active on our comments tonight. So we really appreciate you, Minister Kaylee. We thank God for you. And come on out and see us next Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. I love you. See you later.
Bye, guys.
Deuces.